All right, guys, good morning. Welcome to our workout for today. Today we have got a strength workout focused on our squat movement initially, all right, and then moving on to an absolutely epic 18-minute AMRAP at the end. So lots to get through. Let's start with our joints, working through from our ankles all the way up. While we're warming up, I wanted to talk about the topic of recovery. And recovery, when we talk from a fitness point of view, takes on a whole different meaning, because everyone's talking about recovery as in time spent between workouts. We talk about nutrition and the role nutrition plays in that. We talk about hydration and the role hydration plays. We talk about myofascial release and muscle relax techniques or muscle lengthening techniques, or getting rid of tight muscles. So we talk about all that, and the reality is that all of those parts are important. The most important part, however, is your sleep. Okay, and it's important that we are getting good quality sleep, because at the end of the day, the body is an energy system. It has a certain amount of energy. Think of it like a battery. Okay, and that energy needs to be used to do a variety of different tasks. All right, and they're all the tasks that we don't necessarily think of. So we often talk about nutrition as fuel for our workouts or to get through our day. We don't often think about it as the amount of calories or so forth that we need to digest our food, to actually just be human. And it's very difficult for the body to focus or have the energy to focus on multiple things at once. So for example, if you have a large meal, okay, often you'll feel a little tired afterwards. Okay, and that's because the body is taking all of its energy sources to focus on digestion and the breaking down of the meal you've just eaten. So whenever you have a big palmy or something like that, that's generally what happens, or something quite high in carbohydrates. All right? So we often feel tired because the body is focused on that one thing, which is digestion. So sleep becomes really critical, because the body doesn't need to focus on anything else. The body can just listen to itself and go, okay, I don't have to do any digestion, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. What do I need to focus on? And it can actually focus on cellular recovery. So focus on each individual cell of the body and what it needs. So when we talk about recovery, guys, think about how much sleep you're getting. Are you in a routine with your sleep? Going to bed at the same time every day? Waking up at roughly the same time every morning? These kind of routine activities drastically help your recovery, physically and mentally, that's for sure. All right, so just finishing working through our joints, and then we're going to go into our mobility flow. Today's workout, guys, is designed for a barbell, but as always, because it is movement based, you can use a kettlebell, you can use a power bag, you can use dumbbells. If you've got enough equipment, you can mix and match. It's really up to yourself. So a bit of cat-cow action to work through those hips and the shoulders. And then dropping down into our cobra. Point the toes into the ground, up into our downward dog, all the way back. One step forward, rotate through, left hand up to the sky, drop the right hip down, get a little bit of a stretch to that right hip flexor, and then bring your weight up, squeeze that back glute. Our mobility is very similar at the start of every session. It's all about total mobility across the body, waking up the joints, waking up the nervous system, taking our body through its full range of motion. Hands back down, bridging up again. And right foot to right hand this time. Right hand to the sky, drop the left hip down a bit. And then, once again, bring the weight up, squeeze that back glute, tilt the pelvis underneath and just pulse forward and back. So for those of you tuning in on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. Today is a strength workout. You can use a barbell, you can use kettlebells, dumbbells, power bags, whatever you've got access to. We're going to be focused on our squat pattern today. Initially, squat and lunge, and then we're going to be straight into a really kick-ass 18-minute AMRAP at the end. All right, awesome. So before we go through our specific warm-up activities, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the first portion of our workout. All right, so it is our strength component for the day. So we've got 2-minute rounds. And in that 2 minutes, we need to get 10 squats done, loaded squats preferably, and we also need to get 6 split squats per leg. Okay, now if we think about it, a split squat, one leg up high if I'm doing Bulgarian, okay, all the way down, all the way up. If I'm doing a regular split squat, I've got my feet shoulder apart and I'm lunging down, okay? So that's a split squat. All right, so if we look at that movement, how can we replicate that movement in other ways? If you've got access to a bench or a box or a chair, you can do a step up. Okay? It's another way to replicate that lunging pattern. Okay? That was what that primal movement was all about. Okay, so with our split squats, there are your 3 different variations. Okay? Step up, regular split squat from the ground, Bulgarian split squat with the foot up on the bench, okay? So, there are our split squats. For our regular squats, we've got front loaded squat. So we're either holding onto our kettlebell for our goblet squat, okay? We could have a power bag in that front rack. Today I'll be using a barbell, okay? So again, I'll have it in that front rack position, all right? Resting on my shoulders, elbows up as high as I can, squatting down, driving out, making sure I'm screwing my feet into the ground, forcing my knees out, creating tension through the legs. Okay? So, 10 squats, 6 split squats in 2 minutes, and we've got 5 sets. Okay, so that's workout A. I'll explain workout B when we get to it. But for our warm-up today, we've got regular body weight exercises, squats, Cossacks, step back lunges, good mornings, 10 of each, 2 rounds. Let's get started, guys, straight in. So 10 squats to start, nice and easy. Make sure you've got your tunes on at home. All right, Cossacks, our nice wide stance. Out to the side. Now with this one, often people get into a habit of falling forward. Okay, way to prevent that, put the hands behind the head, and it helps to keep that torso more upright. 10 in total, 5 per side. Look straight ahead, don't look down. Step back lunge. So when our feet go back, they stay shoulder width apart. I do not bring one foot directly behind the other. Okay, we call that being on a tightrope. We'd rather our legs be on train tracks. More stability, more of a natural movement. And then I've got my good morning. So again, hands behind the head. Gonna push those hips back, drive forward, squeeze glutes. Tilt that pelvis underneath. A little bit of knee bend. All right, and again, round 2. Bit faster pace this time. Step back lunge. Don't have to take big steps. And good mornings. Awesome. All right, let's get ourselves set up for our first part of our workout. We've got our split squats, or our squats by 10, and then 6 split squats per arm, per leg, sorry, after that. Just get my mind zone set up. Get ready to go. All right, so we've got 5 sets, a new set every 2 minutes. We need to get 10 squats, 6 split squats done in that 2 minutes, and then we rest for the remainder of the 2 minutes. We are starting in 10 seconds, guys. Let's go. Breathe in at the top, breathe out at the top. When I'm doing my split squats, no matter what position I'm in, I want to make sure my hips stay square. And my knee tracks over my toe. And I balance. Awesome. Once you've done your 6 per side, you're then resting. So that's 1 round down. 30 seconds to go and we start round 2. Remember, 10 squats, 6 split squats per leg. If you want to create more intensity, you don't have access to more weight, slow your reps down. Change your tempo. Increase your range of motion. Put a pause at the bottom of your squat in if you need to. Here we go, 10 seconds. All right, away we go. With a front rack position, if you're in the rack position correctly, you should be able to take your hands away from the bar and do your squats. And then into your split squats. Really struggling with balance on my right leg today. Something's clearly a bit tight in the hips. 45 seconds till round 3. So remember, when you're following a movement pattern workout, you can use any equipment you've got. Our members over here using kettlebells, barbells, power bags, whatever they've got access to, because they're following a movement pattern, not just an exercise. All right, 10 seconds and we're into round 3. Here we go. Let's do it. Nice work, guys. 3 rounds down. Slow recovery breaths. 20 seconds. Here we go. Set number 4. Keep that good form. Starting to get that burn in the quads now. 1 more set to go. All right, guys, last set starting in 15 seconds. All right, 10 squats followed by 6. Let's go, 6 split squats after our 10 front squats. Awesome work, guys. Well done. Good first part of the workout. Grab a quick drink. We'll get stuck into the second part. So part B is our AMRAP. Now, AMRAP in CrossFit means as many rounds as possible, okay, or as many reps as possible. All right, for us, we do want to follow a similar protocol, except our focus has to be on quality. We don't necessarily care about how many, it's about how good they are, okay? So, our AMRAP today, 18 minutes, okay? So, what have we got? We've got 12 deadlifts. So our hinge motion. So if you're unsure about doing a deadlift, what can we do from a hinge point of view? Next best thing would be a hip thrust or a glute bridge from the ground. Take the pressure off the lower back, okay? So 12 deadlifts. We then go into 20 flutter kicks, okay? Our flutter kick. So if I just demo, I'll go through and I'll demo everything. So our deadlift, narrow stance, shoulders screwed back, all right, all the way up, push the hips back, and then up again. Nice straight back the whole time. That's our deadlift, all right? 12 of those. Flutter kicks, hands go under the bum, legs are out straight, and exactly as if you were in the pool, okay, kicking your legs. 20 in total, 10 per leg, quite quick. We then have 12 cleans. Now, if you are using a kettlebell or a single arm modality, okay, 6 per side, okay? So I'm going to be using a barbell, all right? So my cleans, from my deadlift position, I come up, I drive, I pull up with my bar, and I finish at my shoulders. That's 1, 2, so on and so forth. All right, we then have 15 sit-ups. From the ground, or pull yourself up. Imagine someone's got a rope around your chest and they're pulling you up. Okay, keep that back nice and straight. 15 of those. Push press. So, I'm gonna bring that bar up to the shoulder again. All right, and we're up. Again, if you're using a single modality, so a kettlebell, you can either do 12 as goblet style or 6 per arm, depending on where you're at, okay? We've got scoop or hip dip planks are next. So, our hip dip, we're in our regular plank position, okay? And we move side to side, nice and controlled. We don't just drop the hips to the ground, okay? We keep everything nice and controlled. If we're scooping, one hand goes underneath and then all the way up. Underneath, all the way up. Much more controlled, a lot more difficult, okay? After that, bent forward rows. So deadlift position again, pulling up into our belly button and down. 12 of those, and then we've got 5 burpees at the end. All right, so our members have got all of that up on their coach's board that they can see via their Zoom, so they can refer to that. I will talk you guys through this as we go. Check in with the members. Does that all make sense, guys? There's a lot on there, I know. It's 18 minutes, so once you finish your burpees, you go back to the start, back to deadlifts, and you go again. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this done. "18 minutes, starts in 10 seconds. Deadlifts first, 12 deadlifts. Don't rush it, good form the whole way. Let's go. After my 12 deads, I've got my flutter kicks. 20 of them. Down on the ground, hands under the bum. Pretty quick. All right, got my cleans next. So remember, this is a deadlift or a hinge with a pull up to the shoulders. Don't forget that pull motion. Twelve cleans is hard. All right, 15 sit-ups. All right, push presses. 12 again. If you're using a kettlebell or a dumbbell, try 6 per arm. Depending on the weight you've got access to. Here we go, push press up to the shoulders. All right, now, we want nice strong wrists. So, nice strong wrists. You notice in my push press, my elbow travels straight down. So I'm not out here pressing, my elbows are in close. Protects the shoulder, much stronger through that range of motion than this range of motion. All right, I've got my scoops next. Scoops or hip dips. Let's try scoops for round 1. And I've got my rows. Oh. All right, I've got 5 burpees. Burpees, really important to go all the way to the ground. Some people will do a burpee like this. Out and then they'll snap the hips straight back in. Really easy way to dislocate your hips if you don't have good core strength. So, all the way to the ground, all the way up. There's my 5. Whew. All right. Quick drink and I'm going to get back in. So we're making our way through our AMRAP. There's lots of exercises. 12 reps on all of the primal movements. All right, and then descending 20, 15, 10, 5 on the core and metabolic stuff. So, 12 deadlifts to start. Shave your legs with the bar. If you've never heard that term, shave your legs with the bar, it means keep the bar nice and close to the legs, okay? Which helps to prevent lower back pain and also helps you to push your hips back so you're not reaching for the bar out here, it's in nice and close. All right, the shoulders should always be in line with the bar. All right, flutter kicks are next. Awesome. All right, now we're up to our cleans. Sit-ups, 15 of them. You want to make it harder, go and do a V-tuck. All right, push presses, going overhead. Really important when we go overhead, nice stable base to work from, glutes are on, core is on. Don't be loose, down low. Okay, think about building a house on a foundation. You want a solid foundation for structural stability, okay? All right, into my hip dips. Bend forward rows. Focus on the squeeze through the lower lat area, okay? Not up here, down here. Pull it in towards your hips. Elbows through the back wall. Five burpees. All the way to the ground. Woo. Doing well, guys. 8 minutes to go still. Heaps of time. You should be pushing for at least 3 rounds. Here we go. One way to get better engagement through your core is to get that pelvic tilt first. So tilt the pelvis forward, push the lower back into the ground, okay, and then start to do your kicks. You've already activated your core, so any extra work is going to be on top of that. Now, a lot of people, when they do a clean, they forget the actual hinge position. So they'll finish here, and then they'll try to just pull it up, muscle it up, all right? And then they wonder why they have shoulder issues at the end. Your glutes are the most powerful muscles in your body. Make sure you use them. Even if it's just a hang clean, drive those hips forward as fast as you can to create that power. Sit-ups or V-ups. Push presses. Now it's important with our push press that we finish bicep next to the ear. We don't want to be out forward like this. Again, you're going to be putting a lot of strain on your shoulder. For a lot of people, this feels vertical. And to get vertical, they end up needing to shear their back like this. Okay, because they're all tight through the shoulders. So, if that is you, work on your mobility to open yourself up so that you can get vertical during your push press. Better workout, more safety, better results. Under 5 to go. Bend forward row. Tip on this one is make sure you bend forward as far as you can. All right? The more parallel you are to the ground with your upper body, the more you can get activation through the scapula, okay, and through those lower lats and lower traps. All right? If you're too vertical, your upper traps are going to take over and you're going to end up like this, okay? Not what we want. Always with your burpee, remember you can adjust it. Step it in, step it out. Whatever you need to do. That's 3 rounds down. Still got 3 minutes to go. Keep going, guys. Keep going all the way to the buzzer. Two minutes, 45 to go. 1 minute. Give it all you've got, guys, all the way to the buzzer. Do not stop. Awesome work, keep going. You! Great job. Epic. Woo! So there you have it. An awesome little, well, burner at the end. It's a workout in itself. You could do that on its own if you're short for time. Otherwise, you can add in that strength component that we had at the start. For you guys on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. Hope you got some value out of that one. All right, if you want to know more about our online and virtual programs, just make sure, type in virtual, and I'll reach out to you with a great offer. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Great to see so many of you on. Bye for now.